Hello, in this video I'm going to be sharing with you how to cut a corset back with double lacing bar. So if this is something you like, please don't forget to hit on the subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up. So let's dive right into today's video. So first we are going to start with marking out our measurement, and I've marked my shoulder to bust line, which is 9 inches, and the total length of this pattern paper is 17 inches, which is my shoulder to waist line. And I'll go ahead to label this. After I'm done marking out, I'm going to also repeat that same thing at the other side. So now we're going to go ahead to start marking with our shoulder divided by 2. That is if you're not attaching a sleeve. And if you're attaching a sleeve, you just add ½ inch to the pattern. From that point, I'll go down by 1 inch and I'll place my ruler and draw out a straight line. Here I'll be marking a neckline of 3 inches by 1 inch or 1.5. It totally depends on what you want to use. And after that, I'll place my curve drill and I'll go ahead to connect. After I'm done connecting, the next step is to find my chest line, which is also your armhole circumference. To get that is your bust circumference divided by 6 plus 1.5. I'll make a mark at that point. Mine is 7 inches and I'll draw out a straight line. After I'm done drawing, I'll go ahead to mark the same measurement I have on the shoulder, which is my shoulder divided by 2 plus ½ because this dress has a sleeve, and I'll connect. But if your dress does not have a sleeve, you're just going to go ahead to use your shoulder divided by 2. I'll go ahead to fold it into 2, the armhole line. Then I'll be coming in by ½ inch from this point. After coming in, I'll just go down and I'll go ahead to mark my bust circumference divided by 4. Go ahead to connect from that point all the way to the upper part. After I'm done doing that, I'll go ahead to use my marker to outline this to make it more visible for you to see. After I'm done outlining this, I'll just go ahead to mark my dart. And to mark my dart intake, I'll be using my nipple to nipple divided by 2. My nipple to nipple is 7 inches. Divided by 2, I have 3.5. Now I'll just go ahead and place my ruler and I'm going to connect, drawing out a straight line at that point. After I'm done connecting this, the next step you want to take is your dart. So from here, I'll come down by 1 inch and I'll mark ½ inch on both sides of the waistline. So you don't want your dart to start immediately at the upper bust of your pattern. And after this, I'll just go ahead to connect to this side, place and also connect to the other side. After I'm done connecting this, I'll just go ahead to use my marker to outline this. After I'm done outlining this with my marker, the next step is to insert my body measurement. And all these measurements, you're also going to mark it on the other side. So I want to cut the both sides at the same time. So here I'll mark my bust circumference divided by 4 and add my sewing allowance. Mark my waist circumference divided by 4, measure the dart intake, replace, and I will add my sewing allowance. Now I'll just go ahead to connect this all the way from the bust to the waistline. After I'm done connecting, I'm just going to go ahead to use my marker to cut this out. After I'm done cutting out this pattern, we are going to go ahead. We are going to alter the back pattern to get the double lacing bar area on the back of the dress. So now, after you're done doing this, that is you're done marking out the measurement at both sides. Here I'll come down by 1 inch, and from this point I will extend it close to the armhole about 1.5 inches, and I'll go ahead to connect. After I'm done connecting, I'm going to use my marker to outline this to make it visible for you to see. Now to get rid of gaping at this back, I marked 0.3, or you can mark 0.5 inches to tighten your yoke at the back of the dress. So from this point, you're going to be marking 1 inch for the center part. And remember, this 1 inch is for both sides. So when you're done opening, you'll be having about 2 inches. If you don't want to use this 1 inch, you can use 0.75. If you open it, you'll be having 1.5 inches at the center. So because you're also going to create a space for your eyelet, and then at the center you can have your boning. You can also use 1.5 inches, making it 3 inches at the center. So for this part of this corset, I will be blending out the dart intakes, and I will pin it down before we go ahead to cut this side. So from here I will mark 2 inches, and at the upper part I'll be using 2.5. This is to make sure that the line aligns at this part, and I'll just go ahead and place my ruler, and I'm going to connect. And while doing this, make sure that you also fold the dart of the part on the other side of this pattern paper. You can actually cut one piece and then use it to cut both sides, or you can decide to cut the both sides together, just like I'm doing on this pattern. So whatever you do here, you're also going to repeat it on the other side. I'll still mark that cell 1 inch and go ahead to place my ruler, and I'm going to draw out a straight line. So after I'm done marking this, I'll also indicate that I have an eyelet at this back part of the dress at the center, and also do the same by this side of the pattern paper. Also repeat this same process at the other side of your pattern, and I'll just go ahead to make a dot that I have an eyelet on this side of the dress. So at this point, if you haven't yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, please don't forget to hit on the subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up. If you have any question, also leave it at the comment section. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for always supporting my channel. So I'll just continue cutting it out, and after I'm done cutting, I'm going to slit this part into two, because you're going to be having a loop and a space for a button. So I'll just go ahead and place my pattern. After opening it up, this is what I have for the back pattern of this dress. So here is the center part where you'll be creating an eyelet to connect to the sides of the dress. So I'll just make a mark to indicate that we have an eyelet opening there, and at the center of this middle part, I'll just go ahead and I will draw a line at that point to indicate that there will be a boning at the center to help hold the lacing at the center of the dress. So after I'm done cutting out, this is what I have. So also join us in our next video, and if you haven't yet subscribed, also please hit on the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Thanks.